As of right now, anybody who is born in Canada to any parents is an automatic Canadian citizen. That is the current rule. And that used to make sense in the past, but this is a very important question. Does it make sense now? Let's see what our government is talking about, how they negotiate this kind of thing, and see whose side you're on. And we're going to discuss it. Just a 2-minute video. I'll stop it a couple times. Very important, though. If you haven't thought about it, it's time to really think about this question.
A decade of liberal immigration failure, we need to restore order and fairness to the system. And today there are over 3 million temporary residents in Canada, an unprecedented 7.2% of Canada's population. Wow. There's no plan to get them to leave, and this is straining housing, healthcare, and jobs. Now some temporary residents are exploiting Canada's outdated automatic citizenship rules to try and overstay their visas. Will the minister align with most other countries in the world and require at least one parent to be a citizen or permanent resident to qualify for automatic citizenship?
So before we look at the answer, I mean, think about that. 7.2% of Canada is not just immigrants. These are people mostly in working age because we don't take older people. So like the age where you'd have children who are here on like work visas, basically. So they're not even a permanent resident. It's not our version of a green card. So there's no passport, not a permanent resident, just like workers who are supposed to be here to do a little bit. Now, if they have children, any of these 3 million, which is a huge percentage of Canada, be like 40 million in the States, then those kids are automatically Canadian. And then once you have a Canadian kid, like they're not stupid, then you can apply and appeal. And it's so hard to get kicked out because you have the kid, you put them in school, and like, what are they going to do? Deport the parents, actually round them up. So it's a way to stay in the country because of this loophole. So clearly something needs to be done. Let's see if the opposition is even paying attention to this, or if their head is in the clouds, or if they have something intelligent to say. Let's just be fair to the answer here.
The Honourable Minister of Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur le Président.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Canada's legislation is clear. Since the end of World War II, if you were born in Canada, you are a Canadian citizen. This government will continue to support a fair and constitutional citizenship framework.
Bill.
Okay, that was scary and stupid. I mean, yeah, everybody agrees that is the rule. So she's saying our Constitution originally said this. It's very clear. Yeah, that's why the opposition's saying, do you want to change that? We've got 7.2% of the population exploit, and they're not all exploiting it, but a lot of people are. 3 million out of like 40 million are here and can have kids and then effectively stay. And you're just heads in the clouds. You're thinking, nope, this is the rule. So too bad, buddy. And then you can imagine once those kids are Canadian, like how many benefits everybody can get and how there's a huge incentive, like just to have a kid with anybody. Why not? Get married to someone you don't even care about that much. Just arrange this whole thing, all the dirty transactions, just get a kid going, and then you're locked in. If this is the way to stay in, people are going to exploit it, and they will. So, it's frustrating to see how they're not even like, basically she doesn't recognize this issue at all. So now they have another back and
The problem is, for the
forth.
first time in Canadian history, we have over 3 million temporary residents in the country, and the Liberals are still issuing record level of more temporary resident permits. So now you combine that with the Liberals' broken humanitarian claim system, a protracted appeal system, and their reluctance to deport. What's happening is that most temporary residents effectively stay here indefinitely. Fairness must be restored. Will the minister update our outdated laws and require at least one parent to be a citizen or permanent resident to qualify for automatic citizenship?
See, that's the idea, right? You have to look at the whole thing in totality. If you're going to have 7% of the people come in to work with work visas, then there has to be a strong process of saying when you're finished your visa, you have to leave. That's just the whole point. And there are no loopholes. Like if you go live in another country, which I've done, you follow the visa every single time to the day. You don't think about overstaying it. Nobody does. I mean, have you traveled anywhere? Do you overstay it? And these other countries are just like, they don't even think about it. It's just like This is when you come, this is when you stay, this is when you go home. That's it. There's no, like, there are no loopholes gaming the system or whatever. Let's see, are they acknowledging this at all? Or let's see what she says.
Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. The honourable member has her facts wrong.
Which facts?
This country and this government will not create a two-tier system, and we will never penalize the children for the children in this country that are born here. Thank you.
All right. So she does not recognize that there is a problem. She doesn't recognize it at all. She thinks it's penalizing the children. We're going to do exactly what we've been doing. We're going to scale it up. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if there's a loophole. Who cares? I do not care. This is what it said 100 and whatever years ago. We're not changing it. The only thing we're going to change is we're going to bring people in from wherever, create a huge incentive structure, give people a ton of benefits that come with a passport. It's not like you just get a passport. What's the big deal? Then you're allowed to stay forever. You can invite anybody in your family. You get, like, a guaranteed minimum income when you're old. You get like free health. You get everything. So it creates a huge incentive that used to not be the case when the Constitution was written. And they are just clueless, oblivious. They could care less. And that's what we're dealing with. So again, love to hear what you think in the comments. I'm not anti-immigrant. I'm just into doing it the right way. I've been an immigrant somewhere else, follow the rules. But this is our rule right now. And she's and who we have in government saying, oh, that's a great rule. Why not? So anyway, love to hear what you think. See you in the next video.